Hey guys, COMPUTEROSIS here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix in HD, where I'm doing the challenge of getting free Pacific trophies: Speedster, Unchanging Armor, and Undefeated. And right now, we're in the middle of Deep Jungle, which, according to many of the lists I've read, is one of those worlds that not the people actually like. One of the main reasons they don't like this is mainly due to backtracking. Which I will admit, the backtracking is a bit absurd. I mean, really, how many times do you have to go up to the fucking camp again? I mean, you came from the camp, and then you leave to the camp, only to come back to the camp, only to leave the camp, and then come back to the camp, and then it's impossible. So yeah, it's a lot of backtracking, a lot of back and forthness, so just a lot of everything in this, and for some reason people get lost. I guess I can kind of relate to that, but then I saw someone do a speed run, and I saw an interesting way of how you can easily go to the camp like 100% of the time, which I clearly showed in the previous episode of jumping from the back instead of the front, because most people jump from the front. You know it's right in front of you. Duh. Duh. No one thinks about jumping in the back. Who the fuck jumps in the back? It's just stupid. But then again, I did it, and for some reason, I got to the camp quicker. So there you go. I did have a lot of things planned to talk about in this video, but not really, actually. I was a bit hesitant on what to talk about or even when to record this. I had a lot of stuff that I played. Speaking of which, by the time this gets uploaded, hopefully the final 2 episodes of season 2 will release the season 2 finale of Legend of Korra should be on. It should have already have premiered on the East Coast and will soon premiere on the West Coast. But if you're like me, who's been greatly following the Legend of Korra based Tumblr, or at least the official Legend of Korra Tumblr, you would know that the episode was uploaded at midnight on Nick's website. Which the only thing I have to say on that is Attack on Titan. Yeah, especially the second half of the finale really reminded me of Attack on Titan, just from
please
start
listen
to finish
to me.
on that, or at least the sequence I'm thinking of. I really don't want to spoil anything on this.
But I trust them.
Yes, I will say
I
that,
want to help them
I guess, speaking of the
because-
Legend of Korra, or I will say that
They need us.
this particular season has more of a mixed bag than the first season of Legend of Korra. I mean, more so, which that's saying something. I mean, at least with the first season, it was a mixed bag because of oh no, this will probably be the only season we have of this new series. And then we hear, nope, there's going to be more seasons. So then I'm going to assume the ending had to at least be altered a little bit to of course just try to lead the best we can to lead into season 2, which obviously didn't work that well because they had to kind of do a time skip and have kind of the first episode talk about, hey, what's happening with the other characters? I mean, Marco's part of the police. These Boland's trying his very best to continue pro-bending, failing. Korra, Asami, she's trying to get the family business back into the positive light. And Korra, wow, that's interesting. And then as the series went on, people were like, okay, really? What's going on? Are you sure? Are you sure this is a continuation? Guys? And then that one twist, I'm like, because everybody's like, are you fucking kidding me? And then all of a sudden, when that big twist happened, they're like, oh, fuck yeah, we are back on track. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay. Well, that was something. I will say this. Fans of just Avatar in general, not the James Cameron Blue movie,
Please.
Cameron, The Last Airbender Avatar, and fans of, or at least hopefully they're still fans of Legend of Korra. I'm sorry. I just gotta remind you guys. Guys.
You
Dude.
don't understand. I
Gals.
was only trying to.
Ladies and gentlemen.
A
Boys and
snake
girls.
slithered by. You see, I saved that poor
Furries and
gorilla's
bronies.
life.
Because I know damn well you're watching this show. The show. Especially you bronies. Because once that audience are like, okay. And ponies are tomorrow. Alright. Okay. I gotta say this. It seems to me that you are really hammering on this series. Like, even more than it needs to. Now I get it. The first season was like, oh no, it's so different. But then you're like, okay, it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. And all of a sudden season 2 came in, and all of a sudden you started nitpicking episodes left and right. What the fuck's going on with Korra? What the fuck's going on with Mako? What the fuck's going on with Bolin? He's a fucking douchebag. Okay, to be perfectly honest, I have to kind of agree with you. But then again, that's what happens when fame gets to your head, okay?
How could you do
And
such a thing?
when your fame
Now,
popular,
Miss
when you
Porter,
don't know
as
how
I
to maintain
told
it
you,
and
I was not aiming
really
at
know
the
how to maintain
gorillas.
it, because
Are not to
because
go
he
near
was
the
he was
gorillas
part of
again.
something very
All
revolutionary.
because of one
He was part of the
mishap.
movers, okay?
Come now.
Okay, that's a big thing, okay? And it was a big thing, and all of that, and the fact that Bolin was part of this very big thing that was happening in the world, in this technological world,
What am I
just
doing
becomes
with these
like
imbeciles?
mind blowing, basically. Basically.
Blasted gorillas.
Of course.
I'll
Of
hunt
course.
down every last one of them.
The fame of the fact that
I'll
you're part of
track them
this,
down
you're part of this new generation
my life
of
on it.
of entertainment is going to go to your head. Sure, you say I'm gonna be cool, calm, and very collected. Yeah, that's you, not Bolin. Lin. No, not him. Literally, you could tell that he could not fully handle the popularity to the point that it really went straight to his head and thus pretty much made him a douchebag. Hey, so no, they didn't fuck up his character. No, his character ended up becoming that way due to the events that were happening. So you can't mark on Bolin on that shit. No, you just can't. You just can't. You yeah. And this is not me being all biased because Bolin was my favorite character in season 1, and he was the favorite character of season 1, and he quickly became the second favorite next to Verity because fuck yeah, Verity's just fucking cool. I don't give a fuck how evil and manipulative he's trying to be. Ooh, spoiler, but still, it was part of it. But still, just the whole thing, it was awesome. Verity's just so cool. And then there's Bolin, which I sympathize with that. I mean, alright. Although I will say his short-lived relationship with Eska, I think was kind of hilarious. There it is. And every time I see those comedic tensions like that, I don't care if they're fake or not. I still get jealous because I kind of wish that kind of happened to me. Like I'm gonna try to hit on a girl, and all of a sudden she's like, "Okay, we're dating now." Oh, sweet! And then she becomes overbearing and kind of controlling to the point that wait, we're getting married? We've only met for about 2 weeks. Oh shit. I guess we need to see how to be. When all of a sudden she gets all pissed and they stop. Dude, seriously, I wouldn't care if the repercussion after that would be like, that is fucking hot. I'm sorry if I put myself in a very bad light, especially when I cannot see what's going on. I mean, again, it's all slowish. I mean, what I'm looking at on the screen right now, going back to the game before I go back to talking about Legend of Korra, because yeah, today is Legend of Korra. Korra finale, unless you saw it online, which I'm pretty sure a lot of fans did, especially when you're following their Tumblr. So yeah, anyway, what I'm looking at here is basically the cutscene, but it's all in slow motion. Like, it's the cutscene where Kerchak basically just says, "Fuck you, Tarzan. I'm not helping you with this bullshit." And meanwhile, Goofy's like, "Do you understand a word they're saying?" And then I was like, "Fuck no." So yeah, there's that. But anyway, back to what I was talking about with Korra. Just you can't really hinder on Bolin because that was basically how they ran him into the situation, and the way he reacted to the situation is became a douchebag. I will say that the whole romance that they've been trying to do, like trying to experiment with, I have nothing to say on that. I really don't, because I don't care. I don't care what they do with that. As long as I'm enjoying myself watching it, I'm not gonna question things one way or another, which makes me one of the, which you can call me a passive fan if you want, but to me, it's still fun to watch. It's not cringeworthy. It's not something I'll be like, fucking, I'm done like some people. I don't see it. It's series like these that when I see people like, okay, I gave up on the series, I'm like, why? I seriously question why some people will literally give up. It's almost like they reached their boiling point. It's gonna take more work than that to really reach my boiling point when it comes to a show, and it'll be like, fucking, I'm done. Like, seriously. Like even when I was a little bit skeptic about the next season of Glee, when already after the first graduation, because you know damn well there's gonna be a second graduation. You know, when all the senior characters, they had to leave, you're like, oh god, what's gonna happen in the next season? And they decided to do an aftermath thing. I stuck through with it, and I'm still watching it. I know, I'm still enjoy watching it. Shit. Nonetheless, a more recent I can think of is Sword Art Online. Alright, the first half of the series, so it was really good, like really good, to the point where you could have ended after that I think it was like that 13th or 14th episode. So with Redacted in the hospital, basically. Well, actually, you should probably know it's Kirito in the hospital. It could have just ended right there, but they kept going, which I call the second part basically like the aftermath part, or like whatever happened to this particular character. That's basically how it starts off, but it goes into something, and I don't want to spoil on that. I really don't want to. I do. I let other people do the spoiling, but still, which is weird though, because I spoiled a lot of stuff on Kingdom Hearts. I spoiled a lot of shit over the years, especially when I've done these Kingdom Hearts Let's Plays. I've really spoiled shit. So, yeah, but either way, I still stick with it. I wait until the end before I'm like, do I really want to see this again? Do I really want to buy this on DVD? Or Blu-ray if for some reason it comes in a Blu-ray DVD combo pack for some reason. You know, it's that's only when I make the final decision on that. I guess I'm really one of those people that could like watch anything, and I won't lay a single judgment or at least a single hand on it until it's finally completed. Which is weird though, because like with One Piece or with Bleach or even with Naruto, I can't say that, oh, this is a really good series, or no, this is a really bad series. Serious. Not until they're over, and God knows when they're gonna be over. I know Bleach has one more arc that's gonna be as long as the what was it, the whole Rancor saga. So expect more, expect like close to 400 chapters for that. Yeah, before that ends. And Naruto, we've only just reached its apex, and even then, there's still more to talk about. Especially when you want to have a good, solid conclusion for every single character, or at least all the main characters that the creator's trying to focus on. And then you have One Piece, which it's even with the time skip, it's really huge world, a very big ocean filled with many islands and many towns and many colorful characters. Just, it's everything. Oh, everything. Just, whew, everything. So I can't say that they're. I can say that, oh, they're good. They're a good series to get into, but I won't say if it's a good package overall or if you should stay with it. I'll just say that's good. It's good. Good. I won't just go into a series like in the first few episodes, like watching Attack on Titan, watching the first 3 or 4 episodes and be like, this is the best series I ever fucking watched. No, I wasn't like that. Even though I was one of those people, I was like, okay, when's the next episode coming out? Because I want my Attack on Titan fix. I will admit, I have those motions where any show I'm watching, there's always that point where I'm like, when's the next episode? When can I watch the next episode? So even if it's a show that got like very low ratings, the dubbing is really bad. I'll still be like, okay, when's the time I can watch that? When's the next time I can watch the next Bible Black OVH series? Okay, maybe I've never said that. Actually, I've never said that. That was a bad example to use. I'm sorry, Bible Black. Alright, it's a good series, but still, I've never said when can I watch the next episode for that. I'm sorry, but just no. But anyway, so I guess you've probably been noticing how I've been able to get to the camp like very easy. I've been jumping out through the back. I've mentioned this before. Or anything else to mention in this episode? Not really, actually. I will say that that the whole boss battle with Clayton and the stealth sneak, fucking proud, bro, man. Just because what I currently am playing right now, I'm currently replaying this. I'm proud after I beat this on a standard mode, because for those of you who not realized it or haven't even watched like the first episode, this is basically your first introduction episode, because for the good of me, I'm not gonna go into each episode saying, hey, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD on COMPUTEROSIS. I'm going to go for 3 trophies: the Speedster trophy, where I beat the game in under 15 hours; the Unchanging armor trophy, where I don't change any equipment. That's on Solo Dong and Kubi. And Undefeated, where I just never lose a battle. In other words, press the continue button after I die. And then go into specific details, like, yes, I'm playing on beginner mode and all that. No, I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm not going to say it I'm not going to keep saying that for each episode. So I'm just going to say, if you want to know how I'm doing this, just watch the first episode if you haven't seen it already. I'm probably going to do that from now on, if I remember to do that. But anyway, I got them playing this over on a standard mode because I spent all of beginner mode just trying to get the rest of the other trophies, all except for the last 2, minus the platinum trophy, which were just a difficulty trophy. So I played it on standard again. I ended up playing it almost like the same way I would play it normally, where I will go kill everything on sight, reach the boss, hope I beat the boss, which is usually a resounding yes. And then any other side things, I'll try doing them as soon as possible before shit hits the fan and enemy replacements start changing and all that. Which that was actually something I hated in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say I've hated something in Kingdom Hearts 2, but still I still love the Kingdom Hearts series. I love every single Kingdom Hearts game, even the ones that people say recode it shouldn't even exist. There wasn't really much point in that. I'll be like, well, I still fucking enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the different the different ways in which they handled the battle system.
Not Clayton.
Like they had their own rendition of like a shooter more akin to Star Fox and Toho. Well, they had the classic Final Fantasy RPG style turn-basedness. They even had like their own rendition of a stealth-based game. It was based element to it. It was really good. It was a really good game. It was just a story that really didn't really need to be said. Or at least if you're going to make an HD cinematic cutscene, well, this is going to be the shortest rendering you're ever going to do. It's only been about like less than 30 minutes long. Basically. If it's over an hour long, it'll be like, what the fuck? Are you serious? And how many of those, quick question, how many of those are just clips of data Sora in these worlds filled with text? Just how many? And compared it to the amount of actual cutscenes, huh? What's the ratio? Because I know it's not a 1-1 ratio. Not even close. But yeah, I really can't fucking wait for Kingdom Hearts 2.5 to come out. I've probably mentioned this before, but just when I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts 2, I've only played it on either beginner or on proc. I never played it on standard because fuck standard, because I can never get any of the secret endings on that shit, because those are due to the item sensitizing. Because I get how they try to make it a little bit better by what was it? Instead of always having to find all the synthesized items by destroying enemies, no, you can actually buy some of them, like the shards and the gems. Maybe not so much the crystals, but everything else you had to like destroy enemies and find it, which that's when you use your lucky ability, which each character gets like 2 lucky luckies. Add that to a Keyblade that gives you the ability of lucky, and something else that gives, and like I think an item that gives you lucky. That's like 8 different lucky luckies right there. If I'm doing my maths correctly, probably not. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You were equipped. You had a lot of lucky on your disposal. But the thing is, when the enemy places are changing, that's when it became really fucking hard to get all the synthesized items. I mean, sure, I was lucky enough to get the ultimate weapon, because one of the awesome things that they did in Kingdom Hearts 2 was instead of having all the synthesized items be unlocked based on how many synthesized items you did, all the synthesized items, they were given to you via by a recipe that you mainly found in a treasure chest. And you give that to a removal, and it's, of course, it's on your list of things you can synthesize. Nice. Which gave them good incentive to find all the treasure chests, instead of in Kingdom Hearts, where you can literally go for the whole game and not realize there was that one treasure chest that you could have gotten on that one ledge, but you just didn't see it. And it wouldn't matter either way. It just wouldn't matter. But no, from Kingdom Hearts 2 onward, all that treasure just mattered. Everyone mattered, because motherfucking Jiminy Cricket wanted to say, hey, you found X amount, you found these amount of treasure chests, there's these amount of treasure chests in this world, and you found all except one. Keep looking. Somebody can say, you found all the treasure chests in this world, and it's checked off my list. Yeah. Okay, quick question, Jiminy. I thought you were chronicling, stories, characters. When the fuck did you start carrying Larry, when we found a fucking treasure chest in the world. In fact, how the fuck do you know how many treasures are in this world, Jiminy?
This is your home? But that means...
And why the fuck do you care? Care if I have them all. Damn it! Just chronicle a thing.
all the way
So
here.
just don't put every single fucking detail in there.
Friends there.
What the fuck would that
See
accomplish?
friends.
Besides that,
Now I've got it.
that you know damn well we're not gonna be reading that journal.
Means heart.
Journal.
Friends in our
Look.
hearts.
Oh look, it's our journey when after we left Twilight Town.
That's what it
Yes, I remember that mini game right
Friends.
there. What a
Same
bitch!
heart.
You know how hard it
Clayton.
is to
Lose
post up to 30
No
items
heart.
in less than
No
45
friends.
seconds,
No heart.
especially when some of the items
No
are like
friends.
some of the poster
Sorry about
placements
what I said.
are just very far apart. I mean, do you know what abilities you need to have equipped in order to make sure you get this shit done? And you know how fast you have to press that triangle button? Man, shit's intense, yo. Yeah, no one cares, Jiminy. We just care that, oh, Sora woke up in a capsule. It turned out we were in a world of Twilight Town. Now, Mickey saved. He pulled off a Yoda for some reason. Is that foreshadowing when Disney takes over? Disney buys out LucasArts? I'm not sure. Sure, that is way too close to foreshadow.
But it's
Yeah.
sure not
Anyway,
the
where was
king's.
I? Oh yes, we got on a train, which somehow
I
took.
think someone has
We
an
went from
admirer.
Twilight Town to the magical tower where the and Sid was. Now I got an interesting question. Why, if the worlds are supposed to not be that connected, and the only way to travel is through Gummy Ship, why the fuck are these two sections connected by a simple magical train? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Hey, oh, by the way, after we left the magical tower, we got a new gummy ship, which is exactly like our old gummy ship. And for some reason, we could fly without having to worry about shooting that gummy as hard as. Oh wait, we had to shoot that gummy as hard as. Oh look, you have to get all S ranks on all of these things. Wow, what do you know? Yeah, fuck you, Jiminy. And your journal. More or less your journal. Girl, not so much you're a good guy. I just fucking hate your journal and your methods of chronicling our adventures. I question it so hard. Okay? Just fucking, yeah.
Fear not. It will take him ages to find the
I think,
Besides,
I don't
he
know, are we
remains
on
blissfully
the
unaware
conversation
of our
part?
other
I really have no idea. I'm just, and one of the things I'm doing
They are
for
falling
recording,
into our
since
hands.
for some
one
strange
by one.
reason the video is going so slowly
Speaking of which,
that there is no way I'll be able to literally, tell when the video is going to end, or at least in a sense when this audio is going to be cut off. So usually I'll say it ahead of time. It's COMPUTEROSIS. See you next episode. Let's play Kingdom is Fun. It's like that. But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna take the area in which the video, how long it is, and just time myself on it. And once the timer reached, by that time I should have immediately said my goodbyes, before the time reached that, and then just say whatever the fuck I want because it's not gonna be recorded. I mentioned in the previous episodes, it actually got in. I actually liked how the previous episode actually cut off my audio. I really enjoyed it. Didn't plan it, but it was pretty cool. That if I still had the audios, I would release them. I probably won't, but it was the thought that counts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I laughed at that saying it's the thought that counts. Actually, since my birthday is on Black Friday, Friday, it really is the thought that counts when it comes to if you're willing to give someone a gift. I know it says give a gift from the heart, but I think it's better to just give a gift, and just remember, like you don't have to be cheap on the gift, but you don't have to go all out on it. You just find that middle ground that's good enough to be considered a gift, without feeling like it's a two-way thing. For the person who's buying the gift, you just have to remember that it's the thought that counts. That it's the thought that well, both parties have to remember that. But when it comes to giving out a gift, one of the main things you need to remember is that if you really care about this person, you wouldn't half-ass a gift if you really did care about that person. And the person who's receiving said gift, you just you don't really have to complain that, oh, this is not exactly mine. No, but you could probably tell when that person really did put some thought into what they wanted to give you. Unless both parties, or at least the person who's receiving the gift, just doesn't really care, then I guess it's okay to be cheap. But then again, I guess it's more of a moral thing. Basically do the moral right thing, I guess, for both times. I really don't want to get personal, but I do have a couple of strong apologies to give people. Not you guys, no. You guys, no. I have already said my apologies to you in terms of my channel. Now, and our relationship between us, me and you, the viewer, we are really platonic, and well, the only thing you have to do is just watch and just support me. Just support what I do, or at least this little side job. And if I say, hey, you can donate me money to help support my living expenses. And you can be like, oh, no thanks, you have a job, right? And then we'll get into some discussion about how I've devoted all my time to trying to get a degree in creative writing, and due to my studies, I don't have as much time as I used to truly sustain a actual paying job, or even to get these videos up in a very timely manner, or even on a daily basis. And I try to do the best I can to get them up. And if I don't get them up on time, then it was the thought that counts. It was. I mean, I try my very best not to promise anything. I know I have a Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories comparison video to still work on. God, I'm so sorry. I've actually been kind of putting on the back burner for a bit even more, just to focus more time on what I'm doing in terms of getting my degree. So yeah, I'm sorry if I won't be able to get it up on the day in which I want to get it up. I know in the next episode I'm going to talk about how how on the joint channel I've uploaded the other 1.5 in this already, and it should be already up. And you should check it out if you want to. It's where we watch the 358 cutscenes, and it's kind of interesting just seeing us we're just all watching it together, and it's together. I will say that it did take a couple. It did take a good persuasion in order to make this happen. Make it happen on and there was a couple of complications, but we were able to get it done. So yeah. I kind of want to say something like very upbeat now, like can you believe how short Deep Jungle is when you really get down to it? I mean, you can beat the world in less, or at least if you're not into speedruns, you can really get done in less than 30 minutes if you know that whenever you get up to the treehouse, and you need to make a quick jump to the camp. Yeah. All you have to do, you don't really have to go to the front and do that, because the time it takes for you to do that whole log thing, even though it will take about 30 seconds, it's actually much more quicker to just go out from the back, especially when you clearly have dodge roll equipped, where you just jump from the back of the treehouse. It will land you into that area in which the boss battle will be at, and then you just roll into it. So it's pretty good. I'm going to assume I have like 7 minutes left, so I'm just gonna make this little quick thing. Some of the later episodes I have to do. I mentioned I had to do some editing because I did a couple of mistakes. I mentioned I recorded this all in one go, so it was basically up to 11 hours of footage, which recording from the time in which I basically started recording it back when episode 0, when I was changing my PS3 theme from My Little Pony to the Kingdom Hearts theme. It's still on the Kingdom Hearts theme because I fucking love it to death. Seriously, the Kingdom Hearts theme that I got because I pre-ordered it, and which came with a code for this special relationship theme. Now, usually when I get a theme, it's usually like a very dynamic theme where the background changes, and then the certain icons, they change as well. You want to fit with it, but here, but of course it all sounds the same. But here it went way up and on, and now I can hear like the whole tuk, 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 feeling. I can't do the sounds, but seriously. Oh, and by the way, while this episode's literally ending, what I'm watching on screen is basically the Sabor fight. You know, the final Sabor fight. Like, yeah, that's how far we are. That is sad. That's how far the desync is. That's really sad when you really get down to it. But also, it's really sad when I think about it with Sabor, is that Sabor can be taken out with a free hit combo and just be staggered. Like, you can literally just hit him in a corner and done. You're done. Especially when you can keep the especially when you have it like deadlocked. Just Sabor doesn't even have a ghost of a chance. It's just that bad. It's that bad. Yeah. It's just wow. But yeah, I just so much on that. There isn't really that much to say on this. Because I know the next episode is going to be Traverse Town, the second visit, where we finally do seal the whole of it. And I gotta say this before it's over. I did make a list, but it was like a time list of all the parts in which I will have to do editing. Since I'm recording this from Art Top Showbiz, as I mentioned in the previous episode. So yeah, the next one is it's just gonna be all of Trevor's Town, the second time where we finally do seal the hole in it. It's pretty good on it. I did have to do a couple of editing on this, so it might take a while. I don't know if I upload on my birthday or not. You just have to tune in and see. On that, so if I don't upload anything on my birthday, just assume that I'm celebrating my birthday. So you can just hit me up on Twitter or on Tumblr, or my Facebook if you really want to get technical, and just leave me a happy birthday on there. It's there. You don't have to on the 29th, or you probably won't be able to because you're too busy at the mall celebrating Black Friday to the best of your abilities, and hopefully you don't get slaughtered in the process. But you know.
Remember?
But anyway, that's it for me because the timer's almost over. This has been COMPUTEROSIS. I hope you enjoyed this episode, this very interesting episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Trevor's Town. We're finally gonna seal that damn keyhole. Yeah, and I gotta admit the whole recoloring of guard armor just. Can I go back to purple? Yes. So anyway, alright, see you next episode. I'm just gonna let my voice just trail off and be like, and if you can still hear my voice, then that can probably spoil the songs I use for the opening and ending. Turn out they're from the same exact track. Track of song. See, in 2012, an album was released called Bloom Party. 100% no people cheering. It had a total of over 50 songs. Selected to be one of the best songs to represent the album by different growing musicians, different collaborators, left and right, all for the theme of, or at least for the joking theme of, this hard. And it was a raging success. The person who created the album cover of